So Tesla's Powerwall 3 represents a significant evolution in home energy storage, and understanding its capabilities is crucial to help you determine if it's even the right fit for you. So if you are considering a Tesla Powerwall 3 for your home, whether it's part of a brand new solar installation, a new battery-only installation, or you're looking to add a battery to your existing solar system, there are 5 fundamental things that you really need to understand about Powerwall 3 before making any decisions. First up, let's talk about energy capacity, and this is measured in kilowatt hours or kWh. And you can think of this like the fuel tank size in your car. The bigger the tank, the further you can drive, and with a battery, the more kilowatt hours of capacity that you have, the longer your home can run on stored energy. The Powerwall 3 features a 13.5 kilowatt hour usable capacity. Now, what does that actually mean for your home? Here's the thing, how long a fully charged Powerwall will last depends entirely on how much energy your home is consuming, which is pretty obvious. It's just like driving. A tank of gas lasts much longer on the highway at a steady 65 miles an hour compared to city driving with constant stops and acceleration. At full charge, a single Powerwall 3 could last anywhere from a few hours to over 24 plus hours depending on what you're running. If you're just powering your essential loads like your refrigerator, some lights, Wi-Fi, and maybe a TV, you could stretch that 13.5 kilowatt hours quite far. But if you're running your air conditioning, your heating, cooking, and charging an electric vehicle all at once, you will drain that capacity much faster. For most households with moderate energy consumption, one Powerwall provides enough capacity to get yourself through those peak rate hours or provide essential backup during shorter outages. However, if your priority is maximum grid independence, extended outage protection, or you have high energy consumption, especially if you're charging an electric vehicle from home, you will want to consider multiple Powerwalls to increase your total storage capacity. The beauty of the Powerwall system is that it is expandable. Tesla offers their expansion packs, which also feature 13.5 kilowatt hours of capacity to help homeowners scale their capacity more easily and more affordably. Number 2, power output. And power output is different from capacity. This is measured in kilowatts or kW. If the battery's capacity is our fuel tank size, then we could think of our power output like horsepower, and it determines what loads you can actually run at any given moment. The Powerwall 3 has a continuous power output rating of 11.5 kilowatts, which translates to 48 amps at 240 volts. But what can 11.5 kilowatts actually support? For probably 90% of homes, this is enough power for whole home backup. We're talking about running your air conditioning, even a 5-ton unit, your electric vehicle charger, your kitchen appliances, including your oven, all of your lights, your pool pump, Wi-Fi, and more. To determine if a single Powerwall 3 can handle your entire home's power needs, here's a simple check. Head over to your electrical panel on the outside of your home and look at all of your circuit breakers. Any load that's on a 60 amp breaker or smaller can be backed up by a single Powerwall 3, and for many homeowners, this covers everything in their electrical panel. If you have multiple air conditioning units, you'll also want to check their LRA ratings. That's locked rotor amps. This metric tells us the power required to start the AC motor from a cold start. The combined LRA of your AC units needs to be at or under 185 for a single Powerwall to handle them all. If you do see breakers above that 60 amps, or if you have a 400 amp electrical service, you'll need multiple Powerwalls to support whole home backup. But for the vast majority of residential applications, one Powerwall 3 provides plenty of power. Overall, this uptick in power output was a game changer from Tesla, since most batteries, including their Powerwall 2, offered power outputs that were 40 to 50% of what we see in Powerwall 3, so it's definitely a huge upgrade. Number 3, let's talk about warranty. Tesla backs their Powerwall 3 with a 10-year unlimited cycle warranty, which guarantees that your Powerwall will maintain at least 70% of its original capacity over that 10-year period. This accounts for the natural degradation that occurs with all lithium-ion batteries over time from general use. However, Tesla did upgrade the chemistry in Powerwall 3, opting for lithium iron phosphate, LFP, which is a more durable and safer chemistry. The battery can be installed inside your garage or installed outside. Since it is weather resistant, it can still operate even submerged in around 2 feet of water. Additionally, it offers an operating temp range of up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, which is great for us here in Arizona. Ultimately, you're getting a solid warranty from Tesla in a battery that is built to survive the elements and serve you value for a very long time. Number 4, this is one of Tesla's biggest strengths that gets overlooked when talking about batteries, and that's the software. The software side of a battery is so critical because that's your entire user experience within the system. Without good software that's consistently getting better, the hardware becomes very limited. Within the Tesla app, we can optimize the system's performance for time of use rates and utility savings. Many utility companies are moving towards rate structures where electricity costs more during certain hours of the day, typically called peak hours, and less during off-peak times. So within the Tesla app, we can optimize the system's performance for time of use rates and utility savings. Many utility companies are moving towards rate structures where electricity costs more during certain hours of the day, typically called peak hours, and then less during off-peak times. This is designed to encourage homeowners to shift their energy usage away from times when demand on the grid is at its highest. The Tesla software can really excel in those scenarios since it can be programmed to automatically store energy from your solar panels during the day and then strategically discharge that stored energy during peak rate periods when grid electricity is the most expensive. This means you're avoiding buying expensive electricity from the utility when rates are at their highest. Solar panels alone can't be as effective here because they only generate power when the sun is out. If your peak rates happen to occur in the evening, which they often do, your solar panels won't be producing power. But your Powerwall can be scheduled to discharge precisely during these expensive time windows, whether it's daytime or nighttime. The Powerwall software handles all of this automatically by learning your energy habits. You set your preferences, input your utility rate plan so it knows the rules to the game, and then the system optimizes itself to maximize your savings and then minimize your grid dependence. Beyond time of use optimization, the Powerwall 3 can also participate in virtual power plant programs, or VPPs. These are programs where the utility companies or the grid operators can call upon your battery to discharge energy back to the grid during times of extremely high demand. When you opt into a VPP program, you're essentially allowing your Powerwall to help stabilize the grid during these critical times, and in return, you will receive financial incentives or credits on your utility bill. You maintain control over how much your battery capacity can be used for these programs, and this ensures that you always have backup power when you need it. VPP participation represents basically a new model of distributed energy resources where homeowners with batteries can earn additional value from their investment while simultaneously supporting grid reliability and resilience. In short, there's a lot more to a battery than just hardware specs, and Tesla's software is really impressive and easy to use. Number 5, while Powerwall 3 was natively designed for new solar and battery installations, it can also be paired with existing solar installations as well. So if you already have solar panels on your roof and you're now considering adding a battery storage, this solution can offer you more value with your existing setup. It's compatible with most existing solar inverters, allowing you to add battery backup and energy storage capabilities without having to replace or modify your existing solar equipment. So whether you have an Enphase system, SolarEdge system, or something else, we can easily integrate a Powerwall 3 into your system as is. This flexibility is crucial because your energy needs and your priorities can change over time. Maybe when you first installed solar, battery storage wasn't a priority or wasn't as economically attractive. Or perhaps your utility has since changed their rate structures, making battery storage even more valuable. The Powerwall 3 allows for you to adapt your energy system as your needs evolve. So there you have it, the top 5 things that you should know about the Tesla Powerwall 3. If you are in the market for a solar and a battery system for your home, reach out to us by clicking the link in the description. YouTube thinks you might like this video from us here on the screen. Check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you guys next time. Oh,